It was an emotional Emmerdale last night as Cain Dingle grappled with his prostate cancer diagnosis.
The results have confirmed you do have prostate cancer.
An operation? I've not got time. Who'd look after the kids? What the hell's she going on about?
Mr. Dingle?
Yeah? Why didn't you just go for that PSA test? You talked enough other blokes into getting it. What, were you scared? Cain Dingle, the supposed hard man. You've always told her to speak up. If you were any sort of man, you'd just get it over with. You'd just say it. I'm not well.
We often talk about that, don't we, that, you know, so many men struggle when it comes to discussing their sort of health problems and things. I don't know if that is universal, but, you know, it's certainly something we keep coming back to. I mean, obviously, you'll relate to that very much, Penny, with Rod's prostate cancer diagnosis.
I mean, generally, you know, cancer across the board is a scary subject and often seen as a taboo thing, especially when it's such a personal area for men to talk about their prostate, you know. Some men might think it strips them of their masculinity. A lot of men are fearful to go to the doctor to have that diagnosis. What will it mean? You know, I've got to have the finger up the bum. But Rod's message is like, finger up the bum, no harm, mum. No harm done. Don't tell your mum. No harm, mum. Yeah. Finger up the bum, no harm done. And also, don't tell your mum. That was... but,
was that his attitude when he got tested?
It was just to try to make a bit of light to it. You know, it's a very serious subject, of course.
But you were with him when he got the diagnosis,
I was by his side.
But was he then open about it with everybody straight away, or did he want to keep it quiet?
Well, I think for Rod and a lot of men, again, in particular, or even women, experience it with my sister-in-law. When, you know, you have a certain amount of control in your life, whether you look after the house and you've got the kids, or you're out business, working, and there's a sense of control in your life, and then suddenly cancer takes that control away. So I think the immediate reaction is just to pull in ranks and just have that inner circle and just like, I need to be in control of this. It's the one thing the only way I can control this.
And I see we didn't want to worry the kids unnecessarily until he kind of knew what the state of play was.
You know, first of all, you've got what kind of cancer, you know, how fast is it growing, has it spread, and all those things, and sort of to inform your loved ones too soon could bring on undue stress.
Did you have to hold that all in as well then? Was it just you and Rod for a while with this?
That was the hard bit. He said to me, please, let's keep this just between me and you, and I mean just you and me. So, of course, I honoured that. But I was the one, you know, talking to the doctors, going through all the different options and helping him make that decision, whereas he wasn't kind of burying his head, but he knew, I've got to stay positive here. I'm not going to let this change my life. I'm going to continue being on tour, which was incredible because I really believe in the positive thinking to help, you know, you cope with that.
But that's, I mean, it's honourable to do that, but, you know, to support that it was just you and him. I cannot imagine being able to do that. I would have...
What do you mean, from Penny's point of view?
I would have had to have told a friend or a mum, and I would have said, don't say anything, I've got to tell you. How difficult was that for you?
Well, it was staying positive for him and keeping that smile on my face, going, it's going to be all right, darling. We're going to sort this out. And then where do I put my feelings, my fears and my traumas about that whole thing? So it was like putting a lid on a boiling pot. And in the end, something had to go. And I remember I was on the panel with you girls, and it was the time when it was the Me Too movement.
Oh,
And out of nowhere, and I'd never spoke about it, I talked about a sexual abuse situation that happened to me when I was younger. And it was something that I'd buried for a long, long time. And it was like something had to give, I suppose. And I did seek some help because trying to deal with that coming out and then keeping Rod's diagnosis in, I did supplement my own strengths with some medication to just help balance things out. Soon after, once we did discuss it more publicly, I was able to wean myself off and then cope. But it was like treading water and feeling like I was going to drown at one point.
Oh, that must have been
That's
so
why
hard.
so many charities look at the carers and giving them respite.
Yeah.
Because we often think of the person that's being diagnosed, the one that's has the troubling medical condition, but the family and the loved ones.